you're not supposed to take care of your parents when you're 12.
I know.
You're not supposed to be dealing with the weight of relationship at all, let alone the end of a relationship when you're 12.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No. So that's what I'm learning right now. What normal is for me.
It is so lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
You've like brought in fairy dust and glow and glitter on your way in, and I'm like, through the doorway.
Oh, it's just my fragrance.
Yes, so beautiful.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you. I'm excited to have this conversation. I was very interested to hear about your mental health journey with compulsion and anxiety. I think those are words that get anxiety, especially, are words that get thrown around a lot.
Yeah.
It's real. And so that's something that you've dealt with. And so I really would love to hear from you about when that language started popping up in your head.
Right.
How did you know it was real? How did you say, this is what I'm dealing with?
It's the way it affects me, right? So anxiety can be so paralyzing that, and I just had a conversation about this, I sometimes not leaving the house. And someone else said the same thing. I was like, yes, that to me is anxiety. And it's funny because I am a resilient person and I can come off very strong and like almost not in a dominant way, but just like sure of herself. But there's something very fragile about me, and that's that part. And I can kind of like turn it off when I'm on stage, right? Because that's where I'm owning it. But off stage, girl.
What's happening?
Rumination City.
And tell me what rumination means. I don't like to guess. Y'all know some vocabulary words when
Rumination.
you come here.
Ruminating is just like overthinking, overanalyzing. It doesn't stop.
Okay.
Rumination is like a loop. So your anxiety grasps onto something that hurt you in the past, could be in your childhood.
Mm.
And when you get triggered, your brain is like, oh, that's the same story. We're gonna send you some like real signals. You're in danger right now.
So I'm hearing you say like on stage you deal with this, but it seems like you know your triggers for stage. So you, like you said, you can overcome them, you can control it, you know what you're dealing with. At home, maybe sometimes out of control, and when somebody else is involved.
Yes. Oh yeah, because I'm good by myself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I'm not in a relationship or I'm just like dealing with myself, I'm like, oh, there's nothing to worry about because I'm not getting triggered.
Mm.
And to me, my trauma comes from my parents' divorce and their marriage. So mine is grasping onto my relationships, my romantic relationships. In friendships, I don't really have it.
Do you know why?
Well, because my trauma didn't happen in that field. You know what I mean? It happened
romantically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's just really interesting to see how that can manifest for you as an adult as well.
May I ask how old you were when your parents divorced?
12.
People act like that stuff doesn't affect you because you're...
It's so funny you say this because today I was talking about that and I was like, I felt this like, it's almost a cliche to say that your parents are divorced, as if like, oh yeah, but like everyone's parents are divorced, so why are you like sad about it? But it's so impactful.
This crazy thing happens when you get older.
Yeah.
Where you start like...
Frontal lobe is developing.
Yes. So your frontal lobe develops, but certain things like that, when you're remembering them, or I guess that's what trauma is, you turn back into that 12-year-old. And that's how you're viewing the problem. Not like a 30-year-old woman who's accomplished all these things.
I know.
Like a middle school child. What are some of those things that you feel like bring that kid out that felt, and I don't know how you felt when your parents split up, that, you know, what was that for you? What are those feelings that it brings up when you think about it?
So I think for any, parent, you're not going to tell your kids everything, you protect them. And I found out a lot about why they were getting a divorce. And it was intense. And I think that secret that they were keeping from me, and me finding out about, oh, my parents had a secret and it's hurting us as a family, that became like a thread in my life. Everyone has secrets. I'm also not like a monk. I'm not like, it's not that I don't lie. I try not to, but I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a human being. But for me, that's such a big thing that whenever I'm in a relationship, I'm always looking for the truth. And there is some sort of like, obviously, foundation of like, you have to be honest in a relationship. Like, that's conducive. But at the same time, radical honesty in a way where you're just overanalyzing everything is the death of a relationship. Because like, what are we gonna do? Like, talk about it 8 hours a day? That's what I can do.
She's like, yes,
No,
I can.
no, I can. I have podcasts. Like, I would be a successful podcast host if I would film every conversation I have with my partner. If something in that conversation is like doing something, it's igniting the trigger or whatever, it can become something that I want to be like, oh, I want to, okay, so let's talk about your past. So the thing you did 10 years ago, oh, that's what you did. So that can affect me. And then that becomes the rumination. You know what I mean? That becomes a loop. And then now I'm overthinking about something. Now I get anxiety about something that happened 10 years ago in someone's life. It's none of my business.
I guess what do you feel like you're still afraid of when you get in those relationships, and like what is it that you're afraid of is going to happen if that secret comes in, or if it's something that's real?
I think the pain of getting heard, the pain of finding out something. I think that's what it is. And if I look at it like that, I'm like, okay, but that's okay. You know, when you get into a relationship, the uncertainty is the part that makes it beautiful. But my brain doesn't like that uncertainty. And that's like not fair to myself or my partner. But that's what my brain does, because when I was a kid, that uncertainty was really intense for me. Because I think as a child, you kind of want to have some certainty, which is fair.
This just came to my mind, and I don't know if I'm making it up right now, but people talk about pain tolerance a lot with like tattoos and
Oh, this is
surgery and stuff like
interesting.
that. And I was just sitting here thinking like, wow, is your emotional pain tolerance low?
Yes.
Because I think I have a high emotional pain tolerance.
How is your physical one?
It's okay. Like, I have a lot of tattoos. It's okay. Like, I don't want to be like punched in the face and like, give me some more. Yeah. But you know, I have tattoos and I'm like, they don't hurt, or like that's usually people's like lever. But I think you are saying, admittingly, that your emotional pain tolerance
is low. And it's funny because like you're letting me think about it, right? Like, it's like, if I think about it, it's yes and no, but I have some really weak spots. You know what I mean? I can be very resilient, almost cold sometimes, but particular things can throw me off. And then I'm like, it's like my Achilles heel. I want to be able to be at peace, and I want to be able to do the things that I love in a present way. And anxiety is anxiety. But what I'm figuring out right now is maybe it's a little bit more than anxiety. So I went on TikTok, and normally I have a very funny algorithm, and all of a sudden I came into this OCD algorithm. And I was like, that's interesting, because I've heard of it before. And I was fooled by the fact that it's not only like washing your hands 30 times. That's not what it is. That's one category of it, but they have so many. And then someone was talking about our OCD. I was like, oh.
What's that?
Relationship OCD. And when I hear it, I'm like, what do you mean? And then I learned that OCD can come from trauma.
Mm.
And it happens when you're in like survival mode and you're just like, when my parents were divorcing, it was a very messy divorce. I was in survival mode because now as a 12-year-old, I had to mediate between my parents and go to high school and make sure that they were good. In that moment, that trauma happened, I think I developed some sort of like obsession with feeling safe all the time. And that developed in something or it manifested in something deeper. And so what I'm trying to understand about myself right now, and I don't want to self-diagnose myself, so I'm getting diagnosed officially. But ROCD really speak to me. And when I read about it, I cried because I felt seen and heard for the first time. And I said this before to someone, but I was like, it felt like the 12-year-old was sitting next to me. And I was like, I got you. I understand what you're trying to do and why you want to seek for safety all the time. Because when you don't know about these things and, a therapist tells you, like, you just have to let it go. Tell someone that with OCD, and if I have it, tell someone that with that type of compulsion behavior to just let it go. And it might be the best therapy, but it's really hard to let
That's not a tool. Just let it go is not a tool.
It's like, it's so consuming that sometimes the only way to calm myself down is to get an answer.
However you can.
Self-centered. Because then it's always about making Naomi feel safe. And it's not that I'm not like considerate of other people, but in that moment, like let's say 30 minutes, it's about me being safe. Yeah. I would walk away from parties or like events or being with friends because the compulsion was too heavy. I don't want to do that. I think my next chapter is feeling it, sitting with it.
You said you're looking for peace.
Yeah.
Do you know what that looks like for you? Can you visualize it? Can you visualize even what it might feel like, even though it's something that maybe you have never felt?
Just being good with myself, my thoughts, and not having the escapism, like moments that I sometimes look for.
Do you feel like there's some unfinished business or closure that you need from anybody, whether it be your parents or a past relationship or just anything that brings this up that would get you closer to that place? Or is it purely something you have to figure out with you, a closure that you need with yourself on?
It's a good question. I do have to say that I'm grateful for like a mom that can talk really good, about things. We kind of learned that. I think that's why I'm comfortable and aware of a lot of things. I think with my dad, he is someone who is more closed off, more like just not really sharing how he feels. I think the pain that I'm trying to it's almost as if I'm like embalming it, where I'm like just like, just let it rest, let it die, is the pain of having to deal with emotion, like someone who's not available emotionally. And I don't want to put that all on my parents, but it's something that I have to heal. Because I could see in my past how I choose my partners you know, and you can be mad when things happen and you're like, oh my God, he did this to me, or I'm in this situation, but we're choosing them based of what we know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we attract them as well. So I had to, after my last relationship, I had to be like, what am I attracting? What am I, like, what is the mirror that keeps popping up for me? And I think that is the thing that I can, like, give closure to.
Do you feel like you started with more for what you need and for specifically, when I'm dating, I am looking for someone who makes me feel safe. When I'm dating them, I am observing how they respond to me
Right.
and observing if I feel safe.
Yeah.
Should I keep dating this person?
Yeah.
Or is something happening
Yeah.
that is not making me feel that way?
Right.
Time to move on. Are you having that conversation with yourself?
Yes. But it's an interesting conversation because we tend to put it all on someone else. We tend to project because you have to make me safe. You have to make me feel safe. I do think that sometimes you come across someone that makes you feel like you're not safe in a non-unhealthy way, but it triggers you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always the sign to walk away. It could also be a sign of like looking inwards and being like, wait, why am I not feeling safe because of this person? Or am I not feeling safe because I don't know what this means and I'm unfamiliar with this new territory and I feel unsafe? That's a thin line. And you shouldn't be with someone who makes you feel unsafe physically or emotionally when they're like manipulating you or hurting you in an intentional way. And at the same time, not talking about abusers, but about real people. We all hurt each other. We all mess up. There's no relationship where there's no mess up. Or when you're like, oh, we never fight. And I'm like, okay, that's great. That sounds amazing.
Good for you.
But okay. And are you communicating?
Mm.
Are you communicating your deepest like things with each other? So when you do that, I think sometimes when you do that, when you go that deep, you'll find pieces of yourself that are not that pretty and that you kind of like want to put away or project on someone else and be like, this is what you got out of me.
Are you communicating those shortcomings when you are entering a new relationship? That like, hey, this is how I can be sometimes. This is how I am all the time.
Well, it's interesting because I entered a new relationship and I learned that I can talk about it and that someone doesn't walk away or doesn't think I'm too much, which is very loving. And I do think I deserve that
And
as well.
safe.
And safe. Again, over communicating is then not the way, but I'm also learning that it's okay. Like I love how that can work in your life. That it sometimes when it's so painful, it's always so like beautiful at the same time. Like it's something that I'm like, oh, this hurts me. Like it hurts me so bad. But at least I'm feeling this. So that means I can do something with it.
What you just said is that. It's like, that hurt so good. I needed to go through that. That was an interesting. I'm grateful that I got this. Yeah, I'm grateful I got the experience to feel that.
Yeah.
Just to feel something sometimes, you know? And I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I'm not someone looking for feeling. That's not my vibe. I'm pretty safe.
Yeah.
But emotionally, I like am down for whatever.
Yeah, you don't shy away.
Yeah, no, because then, I feel that it makes you stronger. It makes you more aware. It makes you do what you said, look inward and say, why did that bother me so much?
I know. Yeah.
What is going
What
on
is going
with
on?
me?
Yeah.
And which there's nothing wrong sometimes. And I understand when it hits the ruminating period, it's okay to have a conversation with yourself. I am all about over communication. I'm wearing my fiance out. Like, let's talk about it. I want to hear not just me talk, but I want to hear from you. I want to share. And sometimes I need to talk to myself and see how I really feel about that. And so I think, when I listen to you as you're on this journey, there's certain things that I hear you saying where I go, okay, I understand why this is alarming to you. The tool, I guess, that I have is gratitude.
Yes.
That I'm like, oh, well, thank you for putting me through that, because I wouldn't know this.
That's a big one. That's so good that you have that.
We all have it.
Yeah, but like
we don't all use it.
I know, but like it's kind of like it's your power.
Yeah.
Because then you can change something. It's like I believe that, if you're religious, it's almost a spiritual thing what you're saying. It's almost as if we're intended to go through our tests, right, in life, see it, and be like, thank you for putting me in that situation. Because if you didn't, I wouldn't have the knowledge.
You're not living life.
Yeah.
Like that is the life is meant to be experienced. Yeah. You have this tool in your toolbox. I know you have a toolbox because I hear you pulling it out. I heard you whip out that toolbox.
I do have those moments. That's why I'm like, I think life is beautiful.
Yeah.
I think life is beautiful when it's painful as well.
Yeah.
I see what that is, and I am very grateful. I also find myself manifesting more sometimes. It's a very abundant period because of the way that I'm surviving. Because I need to do something. And I think sometimes we have the luxury to do a little bit of nothing when we're good. And we kind of retire and we're like, oh, I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable, I don't have to do anything. When I'm in pain, I'm like, oh, I need to get out of this headspace right now because this is too painful. And I sat with it for like 30 minutes. I don't have to do it for 8 hours. Like, let me do something else. Let me do some horseback riding or whatever. And then it kind of like channels, and it's like, oh, now I'm doing a song or I'm writing a song that really speaks to how I feel. And then when I put it out, that is the song that people relate to the most. So it's a powerful manifesting tool. It's just also real life.
Because people see you. That you're providing the medicine and you're looking for, like, talk to me about just like, as a creative, a lot of the things that move you and motivate you as an artist personally are things you're like,
oh,
y'all need to put me on a pill.
No, yeah, please. Zanny, no.
One of
please.
How do you juggle that, and how do you make sure one doesn't? Can you make sure that one doesn't affect the other? Okay. Which one do you prioritize?
I'll be real about it. Like, I can sit here and be like, I'm an artist, and I'm work first, but no, like my mental health comes first. And sometimes that means that I have to do a step back and check in with myself before I can receive an award in the future. And that's okay. And it's okay when I can use it, like I said, in a song or on an album. Like my last album, I totally used that, and I made one of my favorite songs. It's called Better Days, which is all about this. It's all about overthinking, ruminating, and all these things. The reward that I got from that is that song that I will have forever, and that people will have forever. Where it gets tricky is when I get paralyzed and I don't want to work. Or I have to be in public eye all the time. I have to look pretty. The other day I was sitting in my car, listening to Celine Dion all by myself. Very dramatic, I get it, but I just had to get something to, get me crying because I felt so numb the whole day. And then right at that point, red light, I was just like, oh, yes, okay, I feel it coming. I feel coming. And then next to me on my right, there were two girls who were like, love you, love you. And I was like, that's such a crazy moment. That's such a crazy moment. It tells me two things: that life can be funny and it jokes around with you because, oh, you really thought it was that deep that you had to put on Celine Dion just to cry. And then at the same time, lock in. Those two people out there know you because of your music. They just walked past me. They saw me in my car. To me, I saw that as a sign, being like, whatever you're going through right now, this will pass. Keep focused. Keep lock in. You're on the right track. Lock in. And if I have that power, it's good. But when I feel like I don't know where to go, which everyone will have sometimes, that's where I feel like it's like beating my ass. Sometimes it's hard to kind of have that balance because I still have to, like, nowadays you have to make content. I still have to get in front of that camera and be present and sing a song.
But I respect also that when you're living your life out loud 365 days a year, 24/7,
Yeah.
you have to have something
For
for
yourself.
yourself. What is
Yes.
that for you?
I think that those are like intimate moments with people that I have. Intimate in the sense of just like wholesome, small moments, going on a family vacation, being with my brother, having dinner with him, talking about like my or our things as kids, and or being with my partner and just having real conversations.
Is your brother older or younger than you?
Younger.
Did you guys receive your parents' divorce in the same way?
No.
Okay.
No. He was 9, I was 12. We were at the kitchen table, notorious for a divorce, and my parents were announcing it. And, my dad, my mom, and I were crying. My brother was like, "So I get to go on vacation twice?" And it's funny because it touches me right now because it must be so, for him to say that was kind of his only way of like accepting it, which is sad. So he had a different response to that because I don't think that he could grasp the idea of like what a divorce really means. Where I had my period early when I was like young, so my brain was already like the hormones and all these things. When you start puberty, you get so aware of things, and so I was subjected to that very early in my life. And then I was the one who kind of had to mediate. My brother wasn't doing that because he was like younger. But it's interesting to see that and who he is right now.
So I was going to ask, has it evolved have his feelings evolved in any way noticeably, or have you guys had a conversation about it to share the so different experiences? What comes out of that conversation as adults?
Kind of. I think we touched that, but most of it was the fact that he is a guy, right? He is a man and I'm a woman, and how my dad leaving the household. For me, what happened is that I looked in every, like, I was like, I want to have a relationship when I was that young. It was very interesting. I just wanted to have like some male, like a male figure that could provide that safety, because my dad was living somewhere else and kind of like far from us because of his heartbreak, which is understandable. But at the same time, as a young girl, you want to have your dad. For a guy, for a man, who is going to show you how like, what are you supposed to be? as a man when your dad is not really there anymore?
What really prompted your journey to say, hey, I need to go find this. I want to find the language. And what would you say to somebody like, don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed to go seek information and then to seek help if you really want to solve it?
It's so I have a therapist and / life coach, and she is amazing. And she talked about the fact, and that was so hurtful to hear, that I buried my inner child. Because at first, when we started the therapy sessions, she was like, I don't know. She's like, somewhere behind those curtains, you're not really letting her in. You're always analyzing. You're always like intellectualizing everything. You're not letting her in. Her means you feel something. I was like, oh. And then we got further into the therapy session. She's like, Naomi, I think she is underneath, like she's buried. And it hurt me so bad. And then after that, I had an epiphany, because I was like, wow, I really pushed her down. And if that were to be my daughter, I would never do that. So my thing that I would advise, or like even say, is that look at yourself as the child you may have or may have in the future, or even just you as your child. How would you treat them? If they're fearful of the monster underneath their bed, are you going to ridiculize them? Are you going to tell them that they're crazy? Or are you going to, give them the space, hold space to tell them that they can sit on your lap? Are you afraid? That's okay. I'm here. And funny enough, that's all you need to do, actually, because that's how you feel things. But I think recognizing that first, that there's what you said, right? There's a child that was hurt, and that's your pain body. That is the one you have to accommodate. And so when it, like, depressed, OCD, paranoia, whatever you want to call it, that's always the source, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a therapist, but that's what I've learned.
I love that. I'm big on this child that stays with you.
Yeah.
Like you grew up, but like I feel like you're just like all versions of yourself as you get older. When you're hurting or you're ruminating or just whatever you're feeling, you just turn back into whatever that age is for you. It's different for everybody. And I think the problem is when you're talking to a 12-year-old like they're 32.
No, this is so funny you say this. This is exactly what my therapist told me. This is exactly why she was like, I love how you're analytical and intellectualizing everything, but a 12-year-old would not understand
She don't get it.
She just wants to have a hug.
Which also, I'm going to say it, from a partner standpoint,
yeah,
that's why you have to be honest.
Yes.
I'll embarrass myself for the sake of this conversation. I had like a really traumatic family situation happen last year, and I like dealing with things myself.
Right.
That's my vibe. I got this. I'm going to go down and handle it. I don't need you to come. My fiance asks over and over, like, sure you want to be by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, do this all the time. Trauma, got it. And I have a teddy bear, this bright blue teddy bear that I have had since I can remember. Like every little picture of me that I have when I'm like 6 years old, I have my teddy bear with me. His name is Teddy. And he's alive and well, and my partner knows about him, and he's just like buried in my closet somewhere with his family. Yes, he has a family too. I'm saying it. A lot of my childhood making me feel safe because I just have my Teddy. Still have it, not getting rid of it. I go to Atlanta, not doing well for the first time. I'm like, ooh, maybe I don't got it. And he goes, I'm coming down. You're being ridiculous. I'm coming. Which again is something that fight, right? Of like, no, I know what's good for me. I feel safe when I'm by myself. Let me introduce you to something different. Because maybe you don't need to be by yourself for once.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I guess come on down. he brought my fucking teddy bear with him. And I am all of 36. And when I tell you like that, oh, you know how to speak to my 6-year-olds? Let's get married today. And I'm gonna have a baby.
And I'm
you know how
right
to
now.
speak. I'm like, how do you? I just learned how to speak to my 6-year-old. How do you know how to? Like that could have been I would have been like, don't be in my closet and don't be touching Teddy. And I was like, and I just was like, thank you.
It makes me emotional because I'm like, if you can see someone for who they truly are, which is your 6-year-old, and love them almost as if you love them as if you're 6 years old. It's the most beautiful thing within a relationship you can give to someone, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it makes me emotional because I choose people that didn't know that part of me. Maybe because I didn't show them.
Maybe because you didn't feel safe too.
Maybe because I didn't feel safe. But to have that right now is such a beautiful thing and such a blessing. And I don't have the certainty. Again, you don't know how long you're going to be with someone. And I hope it's, forever. But the fact that I get to experience this and that you lock in with someone and it's just, you get soft.
And what a beautiful thing to not have to be tough. After you're not supposed to take care of your parents when you're 12.
I know.
You're not supposed to be dealing with the weight of relationship at all, let alone the end of a relationship when you're 12.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No. So that's what I'm learning right now. What normal is for me.
Mm-hmm. What does your 12-year-old need to hear and feel today?
That you don't have to be resilient. Just cry. It's fine. You don't have to mediate between your thoughts, because that's what I'm doing. Not my parents anymore. Now they're my thoughts. Don't have to mediate. The only thing you have to do is it's okay. Just cry. And I did it. I did it last week. I fucking came home and I dropped on the floor and I just cried. And it was deep. And it felt like I just needed to let that out. And I think I need to allow myself to do that more often. I went to relationship therapy, couples therapy. Mm-hmm. And the therapist is like, Naomi, your trauma is like a block of ice. The only thing you have to do is actually just grab the block of ice sometimes, keep it in your hands, and it will melt every time you touch it. I'm like, yeah, but that block of ice is hurting my hands, right? It's uncomfortable. For 5 minutes, it's like hell. It feels like 5 days. Mm. But that's like what I needed to do. And I think telling myself that sometimes 5 minutes is okay. You did it. 5 minutes of just feeling it will turn into 10, will turn into 20, an hour, whatever. But I need to allow myself to do that.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever held a piece of ice physically in your hand and tried to find peace with it while it melts?
The real ice cube?
Yeah. Go home and get a piece of ice and hold it in your hand.
You know what? Actually, okay.
And try, because it's going to be a process.
It's a metaphor, and it's
to find peace.
I like it.
And I really want you to try it.
I will.
Because I think that you need a physical representation for your feelings.
Yeah. Have you ever, I don't know, have you ever written a book?
Not yet. And do you want to know why? Anytime I think about it, I'm like, there's like a few more experiences I want to have.
You can write about the conversations you have with people.
Okay.
And then what I would like to see is a blue cover that represents a teddy bear.
Oh, Teddy. Don't forget about Teddy. He's the best.
I know. This is my hot take.
Okay, give it to me.
If you can be sentimental, or like, if you don't have empathy for someone's childhood memory, object, whatever, first of all, therapy. Second of all, you're gone. If you can't respect that, you don't respect yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you need a partner that is not like, oh, you have a teddy bear? Yeah, I do. What do you have?
When you grow up and you become more intentional and you stop being a fool, literally, I went around to my current fiance and was like, you cannot be mean to me. I have to be treated nicely.
Yes.
I can't take it. And he's like, but you're mean. I'm like, I know.
We'll get there. That's not what I'm saying. It's not about you.
I need, because that's a defense mechanism. And so as soon as you figure that out and you don't take my shit seriously, all problems are diffused.
Which, okay, yes.
And that's what I need. That is the love language. Like, that's why we don't have a lot of conflict. I'm like, well, if I'm upset or I'm sad, and so then you get upset and sad, and now I'm upset about, now you've made this problem colossal, which was never a problem in the first place. I just needed a cry or something.
I know, but that is a lot for a partner.
A lot.
Yeah, because our partner is not a therapist or an observer or a scientist. It's just like, let's observe.
Your partner's not your therapist, all of those things, but they're your lover.
Your safe haven.
And so how I need to be loved, in addition to how you need to be loved, is everybody's responsibility in the loving relationship. What else are we here to do if we're not here to, like, love each other properly?
Oh, yeah. And if you don't want to figure that out.
Because we love being 100%. Loved improperly.
100%.
Why that?
No, yeah. Like, why are you in it?
It's I'm going to be honest with my shortcomings and my flaws and the things that I'm like, man, I've been to therapy. This is one thing that is just like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Can you accept that?
Yeah.
And can you deal with it in a way that helps me deal with it? But also, in turn, I have to offer you the same grace. And as long as everybody's doing that, in my experience, I feel like that's our responsibility to each other. And I feel like that is love. In all of the non-loving ass relationships that I've been in, the most loving one is someone that, like, where someone says, like, oh, they love your dirty draws. Like, it's really that. Like, Naomi, I know you don't feel safe all the time. Oh my gosh, she asking me questions again. It's been, I love you anyway.
I know.
Let's hold some ice together. It's love.
I like it. You know, it is. But even me talking about this, because it's kind of like the first time that I'm opening up about such a personal experience. Yeah, I can feel I don't care enough anymore. Like, I'm 31. I feel good, better than ever. Like, I feel like I'm landing somewhere. I'm like grounding myself. Like, instead of my 24-year-old version who's like, woo, woo, woo. I'm grounding myself. But it's funny how it's like, oh my God, like, you know, people will see this and they'll be like, and you know, they can be like, how can you have a relationship with someone like that? Or hear you and be like communicating all the time. Like, no.
Every day.
every day. I sit down and we talk. Yeah, I know it's the best thing ever, but I wish people would understand that more.
I do too. I think when you start to grow up, you do have to start to become so, I don't want to say self-centered, but you have to center yourself. You have to center yourself.
Oh, can I ask you something?
Yes.
Okay. You're 36?
36.
Do you think we go through a phase where we're so self-centered? Because now frontal lobe is developed.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to. Now it's not about like, oh, let's go to a party. No, now it's about, I don't want to go to a party because I don't feel good, and I want to figure out why I don't feel good. That's what I feel right now. It's the most egocentric time of my life right now. And sometimes it's a little scary because I'm like, I want to show up for other people. And I apologize a lot. Like I could have been a better friend. I'm just in my bubble. Do you feel like you've had, or maybe you are in a phase where that is kind of like the theme?
You've come to the right place. Okay. Yes. I don't like the bad rep that ego has. I love my ego. Ego doesn't mean anything but I. That whole idea of like being egotistical, ego is not an on and off switch to me. It is a knob. Okay? So sometimes it needs to be turned down. And sometimes it needs to be turned all the way the fuck up. Because if you don't know who you are, the self, I, who are you?
Yeah.
You don't exist. You don't have an opinion. You don't know your worth.
Yeah.
That word gets thrown around in such a negative way to me.
Yeah.
And I will not stand for it. And I have such great control of my ego without it taking over my character, because we have a good relationship and I know when I need it.
Right. Okay. So you can control it.
And yes, because it is a knob.
Yeah.
There's times in your life where you need when you go out on stage to perform, something that's very unnatural. There's a million people out in the crowd staring at you. They know all the words to a song that you probably wrote in your bedroom. They're singing it back to you. They're looking at you in admiration, and you have like gone full Beyonce because you want to put on a show.
And that's
right?
ego, right?
That's ego to the max.
Right.
And if you turned it down and you were up there acting scared and shot, you wouldn't be doing the job.
No. Yeah.
People have come to see somebody that they aspire to feel like.
Yeah.
That's your Sasha Fierce, right?
Yeah.
When in other moments where you said with a friend, maybe where you're like, okay, friend, you didn't come to talk to Naomi Sharon today. You came to talk to your friend Naomi.
Yeah.
Let's go sit on my couch.
Yeah.
Let's watch
I
a movie.
like this.
Control.
Yeah.
Now, there's a time and you're hitting this mark. You spend your whole life centering other people, right? Because you don't know any better. You're centering boys, you've centered mom and dad, you've centered everything. You've centered your friends because it's fun, all of these things. Then you get to a place where you crash out because you're growing up and you don't really know you. You know you as like all these different people, but there's so many different influences and all this stuff, and there's the internet. It's all a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And then there's a time where shit starts feeling weird. And for you, it may be in the sense of ROCD and anxiety, but everybody has a moment where they go like, who am I? It's usually at 30. Like, what the hell have I been doing for 30 years? You need to meet yourself.
Just as you said this, I got this like insight about something.
Share.
About myself. This is the first time I live on my own.
Okay.
Since I was 18 years old. I've been in relationships and I live with someone. This time, I'm in a relationship, but I choose to move here on my own. And today I had a moment, and that's why it's aligning right now with what you're saying about like, who are you really? Who are you when you're alone with yourself? And today I was like, why am I not doing groceries? Is that because I've never learned how to care for myself? Because there was always another partner around who could do it with me or who could remind me of it. And then I went a little deeper while I was listening to you, and I was like, it might be because I was looking for that like nurturing type of love that I missed and that I projected and thought that someone else could give that to me because my dad left early. And now it's my job to give that to myself.
And you can't do that while you're doing for a bunch of other people.
No.
And so I think it is a time in usually your 30s where you lose some friends.
Yeah.
And you have some weird situations with people, friendship breakups suck. Yeah. You may lose relationships. Yeah. It sounds like you've already shedded a relationship that you didn't need to be in. And all of that's okay, even though it feels bad, because people are not supposed to be in your life right now. Even if somebody comes back for like the thing that you have to achieve before you can move to the next step, if somebody's not allowing you to center yourself, if someone's telling you like, oh, you only think about yourself, I need to right now because I'm trying to meet me. Yeah. Not me in relation to you and to the internet and to my fans and to my music. I'm trying to figure out who I am. And you just gotta fucking do it no matter what it mows down in your path. Mm-hmm. And then once you know, you just move completely differently in life. Yeah. And then you can control it. You can center others. You can center others without decentering yourself. Mm-hmm. This is my opinion. There's a beautiful time when after you turn 30 where you absolutely are allowed and should give yourself grace to only focus on yourself. Mm-hmm. Because you will be such a better person and you're going to have so much more to give to whoever is still in your life and gave you the grace.
Yeah, to go through it. Yes.
So I say you turn it up. you turn it up.
It is up. Yeah. Do want to say one thing about that is that I have people in my life that went through a similar phase. When you see someone's other side. Yeah. And you're like, holy shit. Now you're going to take it out on me? All right. I have some boundaries now. I might have to walk away from you as well because I have to protect myself. What I find right now is that real love, real connection doesn't fade because of that. And that is so powerful. It is equivalent to what you just said about your man giving you that teddy bear. It's about seeing things true with someone, coming back and knowing who they are.
Or saying, how do you need to be loved now?
How do you need to be loved now? I don't know who you are right now, but I want to thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
If you just met you. Yeah. I don't know you anymore.
Beautiful.
And I want to know who you are.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Number one reason why relationships don't work, especially high school love and all that stuff, is because people grow up and you just want to love someone how you knew them. Yeah. And people change. It's hard to love somebody while they're changing. Yeah.
But it's real love when you do.
I want to speak to you as an artist as well. I certainly want you to have something private. Mm-hmm. But I think that for your career, there's going to be something so beautiful about you not hiding. And I think, your beauty and all of these things precede you, and that's amazing. But you also have like inner beauty. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the part which you already know has resonated with people. And I think when you are able to share that the way that you have today, so I feel like you're already on the path. Yeah. In an honest and maybe risky way sometimes. It's not always going to feel safe for you.
No.
Whatever it is that you want out of your artistry and your career and all of this, like, it's hard what you're doing and what you're trying to do as an artist. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And some people should hide their personalities because they're not great. You're not one of those people.
I appreciate that.
And I think that your fans and your supporters and your community, I'll call them, are missing out on meeting you and who you really are.
It's a beautiful compliment.
Yeah. Don't rush for them either.
No.
But when you're ready, and
you know, when you're ready, it happens, and that happened today with you. And so thank you, because I like that we forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah,
like whatever, that's life. And to be able to kind of just, you know, we have those mics, we have a whole set here and your crew. But those conversations, I will walk away from this, going home, holding some ice, thinking of you. But we had no, but like, it's an exchange, you know, and that's kind of your thing with this as well. That's what you want to do. That's why you're so abundant with this and why you have those beautiful conversations. But I will walk away today with such a great experience in being open and being soft in that regard.
Thank you. This is, if we will go on.
No, I know.
I have stopped myself
and
because we will go on.
We're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.